I mean, it's been fantastic. I mean, I've loved every part of it. Like this opportunity, it's like a huge privilege and an honor from the Celtics, from Joe and Brad and Jarrell to be stowed with being a head coach. Obviously, at this level, at the professional level, there's 61 of them. So in the states. So for me, just to have that honor, it's pretty humbling overall. And for it to be here with an organization like the Celtics, which is in the upper echelon of all of professional sports, let alone basketball, with the tradition, with the organization and how they do things and do things the right way, starting with Brad all the way down. And then Portland, it's an awesome city. I love it. I'm having a blast. We've got a great group of guys that really want to learn and grow and play the right way and play together. And there's just a joy to coach. Yeah, for him, he's admittedly like in a tough spot or in a tough situation as a young player where you're coming in and it's really about his long-term growth and his long-term progression as far as playing as though he's a Boston Celtic. And that's not the easiest thing to do when you come down to the G League on assignment or a two-way at all, but especially when you're a 19-year-old and you never played professional basketball. And so really his focus is like, how can he be the most dominant, impactful defender on the court at all times? Like that's something that he can control, his energy, his effort, his activity, understanding personnel, who he's guarding, what do they do, how does he need to attack them, and then offensively, like keeping it simple, where he's getting out to space, making quick decisions on closeouts, shoot it, drive it, move it, getting into after actions, crashing the offensive glass. But again, like you play in this environment, and there's at times with a lot of young players and guys that are fighting, scrapping, and clawing for an opportunity to be in the NBA, where they feel like they have to prove something and do a lot on their own. So it can be counterintuitive or counterproductive, really, to him. And to his credit, like he's progressed well. Like he's growing, like from where he was at as a draft pick to summer league through the fall with open gym and training camp in Boston. He's come a long way, got a long way to go, but we're really excited about him. Yeah. I mean, the shot amount isn't really counterproductive for him. Like it's for him, it's about making the right play. So like tonight, I mean, I think he was 1 for 8. I think all 8 of his threes were catch and shoot, cold or short or no closeout. Like it's the right read, and he had a couple rim out. He's a couple 2-3 away from maybe having 30. Where it's like, if it's the right play, we need him to shoot it. We want him to shoot it. He needs to shoot it with confidence. And when he doesn't have it, not force it, not play one-on-one, just get to that next action, play off the ball, move it, sprint into a screen, get back to space, whatever it is. I think just consistency and like being able to sustain it is probably the biggest thing. It's not necessarily going to be an addition of skills or an addition of attributes that we're going to ask him to do. It's can you consistently do it night in, night out, be the most dominant defensive player, and be an offensive player that's like selfless and connecting and making the right play, for 48 minutes or however long he plays. And then, the challenge for him is to do it again, like that next game. Like, can you, within a game and then from game to game, bring that consistency and prove and earn the right that like you can do this job at the highest level, and then he'll have an opportunity in Boston, whether that's this year or 2-3 years down the road, whenever that is. Yeah, JD, I mean, obviously the numbers for him offensively, we play through our point guards a bunch, 27 tonight, but more importantly for him, he was a plus 21. And I thought by far for him, his best defensive game at the point of attack, like his ball pressure, picking up a little bit higher, getting into David Duke and Javonte Smart, like they're two ways that primarily handle the ball. I thought he was just fantastic. Like not complete night and day because he showed glimpses of it last night, but I felt like it totally changed the dynamic of the game, the dynamic of their offense, and just put us as the aggressor on the defensive end. And for him, it's the same thing. Can you consistently do that? Like he has the physical tools. Like he's big, he's strong, he's athletic, he's super instinctive, he's got great hands. It's a matter of can you consistently have that effort and have that mindset, guarding a guy in space or guarding a guy in pick and roll to do your job. And then Nate's come a really long way, especially, really since our second game, just like his mindset and his buy-in in terms of, playing his role and screening and rolling and running the floor. And, I'm pretty sure he's had double-digit rebounding games every game since the second game of the season against Westchester, where he's been a monster on the glass.